and we are bringing you continued coverage of E3 2015, and this is day 3, which means we have 2 more conferences left, and then this is going to be the home stretch. After that, we're going to have some gameplay reviews through separate channels like GameSpot, IGN, floor walkthroughs. So if you've never done that before, I suggest trying to find a channel that'll do that for you. I know GameSpot did it last year. That was pretty neat. Starting out with both conferences, I watched them both, but first we're going to start with Nintendo. Nintendo's E3 was nothing what I was expecting. It was actually a pretty big letdown. So, yeah, expect some kind of disappointing news. Anyway, we start off with Star Fox. Star Fox is getting a release on the Wii U, and it's going to be called Star Fox Zero. And the creator of Star Fox Zero had his little interview time with the Nintendo rep, and he was talking about all the different things that were in the game. The game looks really good. I'm not going to lie. I didn't get a chance to record anything, so you're not going to see anything here. But yeah, it looks really good. You could probably look it up on the internet. The guy really thought this through. He had a really good plan, and he used Japanese kanji as part of the logo. So kanji and then a tail around. So it makes like a zero, but it's also a tail for Star Fox. Genius idea. Guy really thought it through. Right after that, Reggie came out on stage and he was talking about all this corporate bullshit that they have to say because every company has to say it. It doesn't matter which company it is. They just want to kiss ass to the consumer and make sure, the consumer knows what's going to happen in here, and, that they're committed to them, and, we're trying to bring you the best games first, and, all companies do it. Microsoft, PlayStation, EA, Ubi, they're all doing it this year. NX, Project NX, he said right out at the beginning of the conference, Project NX would not show up at the conference. Right there, flat out. Won't be there. So don't look forward to it. Now me, I wasn't expecting it at all. Really, I wasn't. I mean, it was just announced, this year, so obviously we're not going to get anything in the way of details or specifications until at least next year. Right after that, he went to do, more kiss-ass stuff, and then Amiibos. Dear Lord, Amiibos. The very same plastic figurines that people kill each other over in a Walmart parking lot at 9 o'clock at night, that is the one thing that he focused on the entire fucking conference. Amiibos. Yeah. The same Amiibos that start supermarket fights between little kids and their parents that have hauled many people off to jail. The same Amiibos that have pretty much skyrocketed the price of everything Nintendo figurine related. For instance, the Golden Mario statue, when that shit came out, all hell broke loose and people were beating each other up to go get it and put it on eBay for triple the price. People were walking out with like fucking armfuls of these things just to resell them. It's a reseller's paradise, and they just don't understand how it works now. That was the main focus of their whole conference. Really. And as soon as they got started with the Amiibo thing, they brought out the Activision Skylanders thing, that little deal that they got going with Skylanders. They get supercharged now or something. Yeah. So, Nintendo and Activision wringing you dry. They're going to pick your pockets here and there so you can, just walk around with big old holes in your pants. They don't want you to buy other games. They just want you to continue to spend money on their plastic figurines. They made this point extraordinarily obvious by giving you guys a glimpse at some of the stuff that they're coming up with for their new Skylanders game. So the dude from Skylanders is like, oh, I got this Donkey Kong figure and he has this cart, and then I have the Bowser figure and he has his cart. So it's basically like Mario Kart, but with separate figurines that you also have to buy for another staggering $15 to $30 depending on which one you decide to buy. And I guarantee you that the resellers will go ahead and get a hold of those damn things and throw them up on eBay. Because they can. There is no limit here. Free market capitalism, I understand, but this is getting retarded. It is. So we get from that to The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. This game was announced for the Nintendo new 3DS, which is essentially just the old one, just upgraded stuff and a couple buttons. That's none of my business. We'll get to that later. Yeah, The Legend of Zelda Triforce. You team up with 3 other people over an internet connection or through LAN party that you got going on, and you go ahead and try and solve puzzles and whatever. I was just so disinterested with the whole thing. I'm not a Zelda fan, never have been, never will be. Just don't care for the series. It's not something that I'm interested in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't really care. You want to burn me? Fucking type down in the comments you're a piece of shit, whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Anyway, new 3DS exclusive, not coming out for anything else, so good luck finding it on other platforms because it ain't fucking happening. Hyrule Warriors Legends. They're basically porting the same game that can be found on the Wii U system to your 3DS so you could play it on the go, but with added features, a couple things here and there, maybe a new map to throw it in there. So it looks a little bit different. Yeah, cool. Charge the same $60 price tag they did for the last one. I know it's gonna happen, and also a season pass. Who could forget those? You gotta love them fucking things. Hand over your $100 to Nintendo. Oh man, they were just hammering everybody. I mean, you have to go out and buy a new 3DS now, new, in order to play some of these games, and it's ridiculous because they're alienating all these customers that they already have. So that's the game. That Hyrule Warriors game is set to come out in winter of 2016, excuse me, and I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, it's a whole year and a half away. Why announce it at this E3 when you can announce it next year when it's complete? It's just whatever. Triforce Heroes, I didn't really hear any release dates on that, so must still be in development, so nothing on that yet. Metroid Prime, Federation Force, and Blast Ball to hit stores sometime in 2016. Yeah, sometime. It'll get there sometime. And, don't forget about this, it's only available on the new 3DS. Exclusive, by the way. I really don't care for the stuff that they're going to be doing with Metroid Prime. It just doesn't seem like my cup of tea, and they're not doing the original Metroid any justice whatsoever. Then came a game that really started to interest me. I'm kind of into anime. I like that kind of style. I mean, just the art style. It's got to have a certain art style where I can't watch it, read it, play it, whatever. Fire Emblem has always piqued my interest, but I've never gone far enough to actually go ahead and pay for it because people want a retarded amount of money for the game. So it's easier for me to just watch gameplay on the internet or download emulators or whatever. Fire Emblem is looking good. Fire Emblem Fates was announced, and again, 2016. So good luck seeing it on your Wii U, guys. I don't think that's going to happen. And it will probably be pushed back for Project NX to be released on NX, which would be a good idea, seeing it is how it is their new console. And they do need games for the console, so it doesn't flop like the Wii U did. So yeah, I don't think you're going to see that on the Wii U. Then they had this weird trailer for another game, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I really want you guys to see this Fire Emblem trailer. It's looking really good, and I actually enjoyed it. It was probably the only point in the Nintendo conference where I was like, wow, this is cool. So I'll go ahead and take a look at it.
Destined to see life beyond the shore, just out of reach. Yet the waters ever change, flowing like time. The pathway seems to try.
You are my child now. once and for all. No more games. To the death.
Here I come. I'll show you.
I won't surrender. Now pay for your betrayal.
Don't look at me. Please.
There is only one punishment. The sentence is death.
Try to be at peace. Kill me if you want, but do it as yourself.
Then came that other trailer that I was just talking to you guys about. It's very weird. It caught me off guard. I was just watching, and then out of nowhere, there were these beautiful animation characters, the awesome Japanese anime style that I love a lot. Again, you have to have a certain art style with me, or I can't do anything with it. I just don't care for it, and I put it down and walk away. I don't know what it is about this, but they did an awesome job with it. Come to find out later on that it's actually something called Project Shin and something. I don't know. I couldn't pronounce it. But Shin Megami Tensei and the studio that made Fire Emblem are coming together as one unit to create a collaborative game with both their character art styles and storylines. Great fucking idea. That's exactly what the Wii U needs. More collaborations like that. But it's not coming out for the Wii U because it's just a project in the making, which will probably end up coming out on Project NX. Another NX game before we even get a chance to see the fucking hardware. Man, they're just giving no love to the Wii U owners this year already. Then they started with Xenoblade Chronicles X. We all already knew that this game was going to be hitting the new 3DS this year. They finally gave us a release date of 12/4/15, so December 4th of 2015. This game will hit store shelves. Looks pretty much complete. I don't really notice anything out of the ordinary with that. Then Animal Crossing Happy House Designer. What? How did that make it into E3? That should have been like a minor mention. But no, that was like one of their main features of the damn thing. And again with the amiibo figures, they're just bringing those in and the little cards, scan it on your 3DS, and there's the character on screen. Got to promote that, you know, RFID technology. Oh, jeez, oh man, it's just so old already. Yoshi's Woolly World, again with the amiibo crap. They started up with Yoshi's Woolly World. They brought this little trailer on where the girl's like, oh, I made all these Yoshi figures out of yarn, and I mean, that's really cool. She did an amazing job with this stuff. It looks beautiful. She did a wonderful job with this stuff. I can't believe she created it by hand. That's the crazy part. But other than that, there was nothing really new or special about this announcement at all. We heard a lot about it last year, and we got a chance to see a couple new features here and there about it. But again, with the fucking amiibo shit. Again! It strikes again! Wow. That was like one of their main focuses in this game. Oh, you can go ahead and put your amiibo down on the pad, and you can change into a different character costume and run around as this character. Who the fuck cares? Focus on the game. That is your main bread and butter. The amiibo shit doesn't even need to be announced. You don't need to show it off. Who fucking cares? Really? That's like ruining the whole conference for me already. And that was like 3/4 of the whole conference, and that's all they did the whole fucking time was promote amiibos. And then we got into something called Yokai Watch for the 3DS. New 3DS. It's a game with Japanese animation and ghosts. That's all I got for you. I don't really have anything for you here. I was just as lost as everybody else. Never heard of it. I don't know what the concept is all about, and they didn't really get a chance to show much off. But it's set to come out in, get this, holiday of 2015. So No set date there, probably pushed back to next year. That's why they just set a kind of like random period in time. So they just pick a season and then put the year next to it because they're not really sure when it's coming out. It's still in development. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Spring of 2016. Probably for the Wii U. That's the first Wii U game, besides all the other previously announced games that we already knew about, that's coming out for the Wii U. That's the first fucking game. First game! Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Gameplay looks awesome. You play as both Paper Mario and the regular Mario, and both worlds collide. You gotta work together and build things and, you know, take down enemies as different Marios or Luigis or Peaches or whatever. And then there was that one funny part with Bowser where he gets in a fight with himself. He's like, I'm gonna rearrange your face or something, and then he just starts beating the crap out of himself. That was pretty entertaining to me. So yeah, you got Mario and Luigi Paper Jam for the Wii U. Cool. It's getting something at least. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash 2015. Sometime in 2015. I don't think there was a permanent date for that either. It's Mario Tennis. Again, bringing up the Amiibo figures. In both games, Mario and Luigi's Paper Jam, they made sure to include that fucking Amiibo figure. Same thing with Mario's Tennis. Fucking Amiibo figure. Be sure to include it so people go out and buy it, spend more money. Ah, man, just... Ugh. And if that wasn't enough, Mario Maker. They started going through Mario Maker, like, oh, we got these awesome tools you could use, and you can create your own world. These are our original sketches from our original Nintendo games on the NES and SNES. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they start going on about this fucking Amiibo. Yeah! What the fuck? 8-bit Mario is fucking enormous. So instead of $14, it's probably going to cost you $29 because it's twice as big. Twice the money, right? Here's 8-bit Mario. Oh, we're going to put him in this game, and this game, and this game, and we're experimenting with, as soon as you eat a mushroom, you turn into a different character if you have that character on your Wii U pad. I'm just so fucking done. So fucking done, Nintendo. You guys have just completely lost my interest. Completely. You had people going there, and then you keep going and fucking pushing these figures up in my fucking face. Constantly, and I'm so sick of seeing them. Everywhere. So tired of it. That was the whole E3 conference. Mario Maker is, irony, is set to release on, get this, September 11th, 2015. Mario Maker! Oh, you're just mourning the 3,000 something people that died in a big old tower collapsing, but here's Mario, here he comes, coming to fuck shit up, yeah! Horrible release dates. Horrible fucking release date. I don't know who thought that was a good idea here. Wow. Nintendo, you guys fucked up this year. You guys really did. Out of all the conferences that I was expecting to turn their stuff around, yours was definitely one of them. And you did none of that. You have lost a lot of customers over the years because of your stupid decisions, and you just continue to keep making them. You continue to ignore your complaints from your customers. You continue to ignore the fact that your console doesn't sell at all. And you also continue to ignore the fact that nobody wants to fuck around with Amiibos. They're just collecting them because they're Nintendo figures. It has nothing to do with playability. Most of these people just buy it and stick it up on their wall or shelf or whatever. They're collecting them. They're not using them. So why you keep pushing these in my face is beyond me. That's not the way to do things. Your Wii U is dying. It needs third-party support. It needs fucking games. It's needed games since it came out, and you guys refuse to put any fucking games on there. Third-party developers don't want to work with you. Why? Because you're fucking greedy and you do things backwards. Everybody's abandoned you so far. No, you're gonna come back in the next generation, NX, and say, oh yeah, we're all for the gamer, third party, da 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 da. You guys weren't for third party. You guys weren't for the gamer in the Wii U generation. What makes you think the NX generation is going to be any fucking better? Just a lot of fuck-ups at E3 and Nintendo this year. Very, very disappointed in them. I expected a lot more. A lot more. New announcements for a couple of games for the Wii U coming out with a definitive date. Something that is set in stone. Something that Wii U owners fucking need. I don't really know anybody with a Wii U, but I know that people are dying in the Wii U universe for new games. And you don't deliver. The biggest gaming conference of the year, and you guys let everybody down. Horrible decision on you guys' part. You lost a lot of customers today. I'm sorry. Really. Normally I wouldn't feel that way. Well, that's it for Nintendo's E3, really. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It was a 50-minute conference, like half the length of everybody else's. That includes independent developers and publishers. Like half. And there wasn't much to talk about. Really. I don't really have much here. They just focused too much on those stupid amiibos. It happens, guys. Companies do make mistakes. PlayStation and the Vita, they bounced back with that. You know, promoting the Vita. Xbox, 180s all over the place last year. Finally getting it right this year. Adding backwards compatibility on their console. They're turning shit around. And Nintendo is just over in the corner looking at walls and sniffing glue. I mean, just no. I'm sorry. Anyway, we have another conference to get to. I have a lot of games from Square Enix, and I'm hoping to show you guys a lot of trailers and gameplay from that conference there. So we'll see you in a little bit, and you guys have fun there at E3. Enjoyed all the wonderful gameplay videos you have out there to view, and yeah, I'll see you in a little bit.